Hi, this video is for anybody who is connected to the travel industry, right? Travel industry is huge around the world. It's all to do with leisure. People love leisure, and that's like huge, right? There's so much of money in it. One big area that will really get overhauled, impacted, and sort of blown away is the travel industry. We have no idea. People have really not really thought about what kind of impact it can bring, right? It's going to be huge, right? So if you're related to travel in some way, you would want to listen to this video. So a couple of cues I'll give you, right? First and foremost, there is a lot of psychology which is going to come in, right? Psychological analysis, right? Psychological predictions which is going to come in, because if you look at pleasure, like, or leisure, right, which is anyway connected to the travel industry, people travel to have a good time, right? That's the end net result. Right now, this good time is defined by personas and psychology of a person. Right now, with artificial intelligence, you can really go in depth. Like, you can take a particular person and create a persona and analyze at a very deep psychological level. Now, once you have that information, the travel trade or travel line can get ready, and it's easy to connect the dots. So we are working on a software. It's a very simple face recognition system where you can just take a picture of a face and it will analyze like 60 points, and it will give amazing accurate information about this person. Just imagine what it can do to you, right? So let's say you're running a hotel, and let's say when a guest comes in, you already know much about this person, behavior, psychological profile, what kind of food he prefers. All these are assumptions, but it's better than having zero. Right now you don't have anything, but just imagine if you can have something, and if that is even 60, 70%, 80% accurate, just imagine the leverage it can give you, right? And based on our test, it is ridiculously accurate, right? So this is a area, psychological analysis, right? Second area is actually sales. It's going to be huge. People have not really thought about it. Most of the companies, you will be surprised, is still going on the traditional model, like, SEO. And now people are looking at AI SEO, and people are looking at like search, connection, chatbots, booking. All this is going to change with agents and AI twins, right? In the future, I would give it 6 months, maybe 1 year. It's not your client who is going to make a booking. It's not your client who is even going to come into your website. It is the client's AI twin, or it can be even the client's agent that is going to do all the browsing, that is going to do all the decisions. So let's say the client gets up in the morning, they are going to have a dossier to say, okay, you're traveling to India, Maldives, Sri Lanka, doesn't matter. These are the three hotels that I have pre-picked for you to book. The client even doesn't have that choice anymore, because the AI twin of that client, or let's say the AI agent of that client, is extremely smart and is in a position to make the client's decisions. So, for example, how is the travel trade even gearing up for that? Do they even understand agentic AI? Do they even understand what the agentic AI looks for? Like things like semantic. Is semantic even covered in the website? So I don't think anybody is even ready for it. I see these people like looking at the website so much, like they look at focus, like what the image, the colors. Does it even realize to you that it doesn't matter for a bot, for an agent? They are looking at semantics, they are looking at certain codes, they are looking at the architecture, the experience, they are looking at the decentralization of your brand, which is all new stuff which AI looks at. AI looks at the entire digital footprint of your brand. Traditionally, it was your website and maybe a couple of social media channels. AI is completely different. AI is smarter than anybody else. It looks like decentralization. So, for example, are you on Reddit? Are you on different travel forums? Where is your name linked? Whom are you connected with in LinkedIn? It uses the entire map holistically and creates a model of yourself and makes that decision. So, is the travel trade, do they even know that this is coming? Are they even gearing up for it? And do they even know who their client is? I personally don't. And I sincerely hope that they really get ready in terms of sales, right? How does this sales paradigm look at in an AI driven era? How does the whole sales cycle work, right? I think they should seriously consider that, right? So these are two paradigms or two areas that I gave on how this entire thing can connect. Then, third thing, I would look at like experience, right? Experience is going to change in a big way, right? So, for example, like you have this today multimodal, high res, even quantum can come into this whole thing, where you can take an image, like let's say somebody cleans the room for a guest, You can take 5 images of that room in a high res, put it onto AI model, and it will even point out where the dust is. It will point out a fly. It will give a stain. It's ridiculous. It's remarkably accurate, right? So that is actually experience I just gave you. You can actually take a plate. Let's say you serve a plate or a dish. You can take images of that and you can feed it into an AI model for like 30 days, and it will give you analysis on what you should change, what are the other countries doing, what are the other industries doing. It will compare. So experience as a whole is going to change completely, right? So even you have this today in most of the hotels, you get cameras, infrared or whatever cameras, doesn't matter, which track the movement of the guests, right? This data is available. So in the future, AI will start analyzing these movements and it will create patterns. It will even predict you saying your billiards room is the most active during Sunday. Have you considered changing this? Have you done this? Like you'll be like it's just mind blowing the kind of information which can come. So the experience part of it will completely change because of AI, and I believe that the hotel trade has to get ready for it, right? So these are 3 areas that I gave you as an example. There are much more than this. There is much more than this. I did a video sometime back, right? That was about like a month back, and I told not only hotels, like any large conglomerate, right, has to create their own AI ambassadors. This can be a hand-picked team from within their company, and you have to create scenarios. You need people thinking in terms of AI, coming up with these crazy, ridiculous ideas, which you might think is ridiculous. Trust me, it's not going to be. And then create these scenarios. Get ready for it. Experiment. Bring in these little devices, place it here and there, and get ready for it, right? Don't think that this storm is going to go away. It is here. It's just that it has not come to your doorstep. And very soon, especially the travel line, it's not a choice, right? Because your client is going to go to whoever who gives this experience. And experience as we know it is going to change in a big way due to AI, right? So let me know what you think. Drop me a comment, and I'll be glad to do another follow-up video on this, maybe a little bit more detail on some of the questions that you may have. Thank you.